Here we are for Monday's lesson on polynomials and your wonderful instructor, Mrs. Reed.
Hello, grade 9s. So what we want to first go over quickly is the plan for the week. We're going to focus on Monday's lesson today, but on Monday we're going to be looking at an integer review. We're going right back to grade 7 and looking at addition and subtraction of integers. That's going to be really helpful when we get into addition and subtraction of polynomials on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to round out the week on Thursday by just a short quiz on addition and subtraction of polynomials. Quick review for you today on the board here. We're going to talk about integer addition and subtraction and then some polynomial vocabulary that you did at the beginning of this unit. First of all, integer addition and subtraction. Quick review, integers always occur in pairs. You have a positive integer and a negative integer. And a positive integer and a negative integer together make a zero pair. Zero pairs are really important in integer addition and subtraction, especially when we're subtracting integers. I could have positive 3. My zero pair, or my opposite integer, would be negative 3. That has a value of 0. I might have negative 7. The opposite is positive 7. Again, together, those have a value of 0. When we're adding integers is very similar to just a regular adding question. We could have positive 2 and positive 3. That's positive 5. Simplest addition question for integers. We might, though, have positive 2 and negative 3. In this case, we have two positives represented here. You might be used to representing them in squares. And we have negative 3. Again, our integers occur in pairs. These two cancel out these two, giving us an answer of negative 1. The other addition question we could have is something like negative 7 and negative 3. We're just going to collect those terms because they're both negatives. This collecting of terms is what's going to be really useful when we get down here. So I have 7 negatives and 3 negatives. I can draw them if I want to. And then I just collect all the like terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for a total of negative 10. Subtracting integers, it gets a little more tricky. We can have simple ones, such as this, or this. I have negative 7. I'm just going to draw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm taking away negative 3. That's easy. There they are, taken away. I'm left with negative 4. Same with here. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. Positive 9, take away positive 2. On that one, it's just a regular subtraction question. 9 take away 2 is positive 7. You can write it as positive 7 or just as 7. There are subtraction questions where we are asked to get rid of something that we don't have. Here, we have negative 3. I'm asked to take away negative 4. I can't. I don't have negative 4 to take away. But I do have some negatives, but I'm one short. This is where our zero pairs are so important. I'm going to put in this zero pair because it has a value of 0. I'm not changing anything of my equation. It now lets me take away my negative 4. There they go. What am I left with? Positive 1. Negative 3, take away negative 4 is positive 1. So why all this review of integers, because when we get into polynomial addition and subtraction tomorrow and Wednesday, it's going to just help you out. Some vocabulary that we want to review that you probably did at the beginning of this unit. When we have a polynomial, we can have a monomial, a binomial, a trinomial, or a polynomial. A monomial has one term. It might be this. It might even just be a number. A binomial has two terms. 2x plus 3, or 4x squared plus x. Two terms. Trinomial, bet you have a guess. Get that guess in your head. It's 3 terms. And polynomial can be used to describe all of these, or we can think of it something that has 4 or more terms. These terms are super important because when we start adding and subtracting tomorrow, you can only add and subtract like terms. So if a term was x squared, you can only add x squared. If a term was your constant, you can only add constants. If your term was 2x, you can only add x's. So this word term is going to be helpful throughout the week. Have a great day. We're going to just show you what your task is for today, and it's going to be creating a Knowledge Hook account and trying some questions. Down here, it explains to you how to make your Knowledge Hook account. You're just going to go to any browser, and it's joinkh for Knowledge Hook, joinkh.com. Once you get in there, it will ask you to enter a class code. Our class code is DAB8464. Next thing is you'll put in your name. When you're putting in your name, please first name, last initial. Only the last initial for privacy. And then you're going to choose your password. That password only you have access to, so please write that down or remember it so that you have that password to go to. Once you log into Knowledge Hook, you can either use a laptop, a desktop, a tablet, or even a phone. And you can download the app. You can do an app for an Android or for an Apple. It'll look something like this, but it will say you have been assigned a mission, and it will say integer addition and subtraction mission. And that's what we need you to complete today, please.
Yeah, whenever we assign questions for you to do on Knowledge Hook, it'll be a brand new mission that will show up on your homepage. So let's take a look. We did addition, subtraction of integers, we did some vocabulary, and then the only other thing that we might have needed them to know for that mission was the manipulating tiles.
Perfect. So in your algebra units through junior high, you've probably used integer tiles. Integer tiles can look in a variety of ways. Most of them, here we go, perfect. Most of them are rectangles, little squares, and then big squares. They're different colors. The colors don't really matter. Here it's represented with red and green and white. Color doesn't matter. All we're trying to do is show that one is positive and one is negative. Again, that's why our integers are so important. When you do your Knowledge Hook session, it's going to review for you a few different terms. So let's say we have this polynomial. So here's our polynomial. What kind of a polynomial would we name this? There's one term, there's two terms, there's three terms, so this is a trinomial. So in this trinomial, on Knowledge Hook and in your textbook, an x squared is represented by a box, because it's x times x is x squared. You'll have two different colors, one if it's a positive x squared, one if it's a negative x squared. So 3x squared would look like this. Here's our constant, 5, and that's just going to be a very small box, square. Okay? Oh, thank you. I made a mistake. Don't ever be afraid of mistakes. That's how we learn. 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if it was a -5, it would look the same, just in a different color. And then I have a negative x. And x's are represented with rectangles. Okay? There's our negative x. And since our positives are all clear, we're just going to make this one striped. If you want to get fancy, you can color it, you can do different shapes. It's just to represent this expression. So if you use this, use your textbook, which has some great resources in it. Those will both help you with your Knowledge Hook mission. It has models of polynomials. Let's see if I can, no, I'm not able to move this.
I think you've got your eraser highlighted, so you have to click to the left there. Left, left, left. There it is. Yeah, there.
All right, perfect. So this has kind of a review of polynomials. You can look through these pages in your textbook. We'll give you details on the paper in Google Classroom. And just do some review of polynomials, and then we have some questions that you'll be doing tomorrow, not today.
All right. Good luck creating your Knowledge Hook account, and we'll look forward to you guys completing your Monday mission. Have a great day.